Someone and someone, guys. Gloomy day in Joburg. And made me think of a reel that I was watching. And it was just speaking around when to call it quits in a relationship and when to keep fighting for it. And I've been thinking about it for like a while now. Guti, how guys, there's no school for this. There's no school for this. There's no school for this. We grow up and our mothers say leave girls alone. Our mothers, our fathers tell leave boys alone. And by the time you get into your mid-20s, you're working and next thing they're asking you go to Shatanin, where are the kids? And there was no one or no place where you actually had learned about relationships and the ups and the downs and the challenges of relationships. So you find yourself fucking up time and time and time and time again. You have a lot of people that let go too soon, and you have a lot of people that begazela even when they don't have to begazela. And it fucking breaks us, eh? It just breaks us. It just breaks us. I was listening to, so this reel is this lady who is in her mid-50s and they're asking her about the one who got away, and she's like, she was dating this guy in college, and there's a situation where this guy had other like female friends that he would chill and hang with, and the one time they were there playing soccer, like the boys and the girls together, and she could see with the energy that her boyfriend was giving this one lady that they'd slept together. She then says, then she just stood up and left. I think that's the advice that we would give. Good, if you know that your partner is cheating, just leave. But is it that easy? Like, it can't be. It's not. The real thing continues, and the guy who's talking to the lady says, "Then what?" Then the guy got married and had 3 kids with that said lady, and she got married and she had her own kids, and the guy then says, "Oh, that's such a sad story," and she's like, "No, I'm not finished because I've been together with the guy now for 5 years." So she went and she fetched him, man. So she says, Guti, in her late 40s or early 50s, she actually said, "Fuck this shit. The one that got away 30 years ago, let me go fetch what's mine." And imagine this. Imagine leaving a guy in his 20s or when you guys are 20 because of infidelity, and then 30 years later going and say fuck that, and going to this guy and saying, "Well, dog, I'm here to fetch you, so sucks that you're married, you got to divorce him, I divorced mine, let's have a blended family." And it just had me thinking, Wuti, like, there's no blueprint to life, and that's exactly what that lady says. She says, Wuti, like, there's so many things that as you get older, especially when it pertains to relationships, that you thought you'd never do. I'd never do this, I'd never do this, I'd fuck that, if she ever did this, if he ever did that, if he ever slapped me, I'd fucking leave, I'd go open a case. Hey guys, when's there good life? When's there good life? And all of a sudden, all the things that you said you'd never do, you find yourself doing them. I was advising a very dear friend. She broke up with her ex end of 2022, I think, and she's busy telling me what the ex is in another relationship, and they this, they that. And I was like, look, sissy, what you need to do is that you need to go and sit by yourself and introspect, and find out where you are. Because she was like, the whole year she wasn't thinking about him, but since the beginning of the year, so the whole of 2023, she didn't think about this guy. They broke up, very toxic. They were together for many years before that, and then they broke up. It was so toxic, it was so horrible, it was so this. We know the story. And she's like, all of a sudden, beginning of this year, 2024, she's thinking about him all the time, and she's reached out, and they this and that. And I was like, sis, the most important thing is for you to figure out how you feel. Because you're going to hear advice from everyone. You're going to hear good advice, bad advice. You're going to hear advice that says, fuck the guy, he hurt you before. You're going to have no forgive. You're going to hear everything. What you need to do is find out where you are. You need to sit down with yourself, and actually really introspect and say, okay, no, sharp. Because the reality is that you might go back there and get hurt all over again. You might get hurt there all over again, or the other side is, you go there and you guys fucking, you guys fix things and it's happy ever after. There's no blueprint for this. None of us have ever experienced it, you know. So we don't know when to pull the trigger and say, I give up, let me stop, I've tried, and we don't know when to begazela until it breaks us. We really don't. We can hear all the advice, we can listen to every single person who said this and this and this. We saw our mothers stay in relationships that were toxic for years, and we saw our sisters give up after like 2-3 months. Like, there has to be some sort of medium. Okay, sharp. How much am I taking and how much am I not? You know, what is it about me that actually I need to fix in order to attract the right people? And what is it that I'm looking for? You know, so when it comes to relationship, guys, yes, sis, you know, guys, I don't know. Relationships are fucking tough. And our generation is struggling with a lot of things, including relationships. And we can look around in society, guys, nyabona what the streets are like. You know, and you have our sisters who are saying, soft, who will do this and this and this, you know, and then you have brothers on the other side who says they want a traditionalist lady who can do this, this, and this, you know, and it just seems like we're so far from each other. You know, it seems like it's so far from what the sisters want and what the guys can give versus what the guys want and what the sisters can give. It just seems very, very far if we look at the scope of exactly what we are currently going through, you know. But it's something for you to think about, hey. Like, think about it, you know. Please just, you know, let's engage. Like, think about it. Like, right there in the comments, guys, when is it right to call it quits? When is it that you start seeing these flags, these aha moments with, okay, no, sharp? When is it that you start feeling like, no, I'm detaching from Lucis, and why I'm detaching from Lucis, you know? And if that's the case, is it a matter of, let me work harder to close and bridge this feeling, you know? Can you feel when she starts detaching? Can you feel when she starts chatting to other guys on social media? Can you feel when there's that warmth is no longer there? How does it feel? You know, because sometimes we misunderstand the signs, you know, because relationships do go up and down, you know. And sometimes when we hit the down, we think that's the end of the relationship, and we pull the brakes and we call it quits. Can't you know, it's just going through those things. Like, it's like business, you know. Sometimes you have good month, sometimes you have a not so good month, you know. It doesn't mean you pack up shop and give up, you know. So it's just one of those things. And when is it that when you're sitting and you're single and you're like, shit, I actually miss my ex? When is it that you say, fuck it, let me actually go back there? You know, is it just you missing the good moments and not really processing the challenges that you guys had? Or maybe you've outgrown certain traits that you had that caused you guys to split up, you know. Maybe there was a lot of financial tension because you didn't have a job and you were struggling, and it put a lot of pressure on the relationship. But now you're in such a better space financially, and you've got your own place, and you can better look after yourself, and you can better assist her in lightening her load. And maybe those dynamics might change things. Then you can go and fight for her back, you know. But it's crazy. It really is crazy, because you sit in these thoughts constantly. And the worst thing that you can do is sit with regret. You know, for me, that's the ultimate pain of sitting in regret. Yes, just because you're going to go ask her out doesn't mean that she's going to say yes. She might be dating, he might be dating, you know. And then on the other side, you're dealing with someone who is also going to be confused, especially if they still love you, you know. So they're still going to be confused in their own things. They're still going to be like, shit, do I go back and who hurt me and risk the person that I'm with, you know? Because again, one in the hand is worth two in the bush. So if she's already in a relationship for 6 months with this guy, let's say he's worth 100 rand, and when you feel like you're a better version of, you know, a boyfriend for her, you think you 500 rand. Is it worth her risking the 100 rand that she really has already in that guy for a potential 500 rand, which is you? It's a gamble. It's a risk, you know. And yes, life is risk, but shit, she now has to deal with this thing of, I've been with you and there was pain, you know. Do I want to go through that again, you know? And vice versa. Do you want to go through that pain? It's not guaranteed. Guys, how do you maneuver this shit? Yes, because yeah, man, shit. So yeah, let's engage on this topic. Let's engage. So when do we call it quits in relationships? When is it that we keep fighting? When is it that we go and fetch that ex of yours that things didn't work out, whether they're single or in a relationship or they got kids? If you still love the guy, then go fetch your man, you know, and you might get 1,000 no's before you get that one yes, and it might take you 2-3 years, or like that lady took her 30 years, but eventually she got what was hers, you know. So I don't know, I don't have a blueprint, you know. You might be the person who does that and still flop. Sorry guys, I've got a tortoise here. Yeah, sorry guys, this is Screw. Oh, he's hiding. Anyway, with that being said, please like, share, comment, try to lighten the mood at the end, because it is such a deep topic, and it is a topic that we are struggling. So yeah, like, share, comment, let me know. Let's engage, guys. Anyway, Gansanda, have yourselves a blessed day. Sure.